Louija, an extremely worrying night here in Israel, where in the last hour alone, we've heard the sound of sirens and loud booms, including in areas right across the country, which has just rattled so many people after dozens of drones and potentially missiles entered Israeli airspace rather. In fact, I believe we have some footage of that. Again, you can hear the sound of sirens blaring, and you can see some of those interceptions. Now, we understand the U.S., Israel, and the Jordanian military intercepted much of that, and so too has Israel's incredibly sophisticated missile defense systems. We also understand that Israel's war cabinet is meeting in Tel Aviv here at this very hour, and we're also hearing reports that there is at least one casualty. Again, reports that there is at least one casualties. The concern is that could change in the coming hours following this unprecedented attack from Iran on Israel inside Israeli territory, something Iran has never done, but warned it would, as you so rightly said, following last week's strike on its embassy in Damascus, destroying that building and killing that senior commander. Now, very quickly, the U.S. Embassy here in Jerusalem.
Well, we're hearing quite a lot of activity now. You can obviously hear the sirens. We've been told by the Israeli Defense Forces that they are prepared for a scenario. They warned that there would be sirens heard across Israel when these drones started to come in. We're also hearing the sound of explosions as well. We've seen a lot of what look like air defense interception systems over Jerusalem. And we've heard explosions as well. Now, what exactly that is, we don't know. But certainly the warning was that the drones would hit Israeli soil at around 2 o'clock. So very soon. It's coming up to that hour now. Now, throughout the evening, we've also heard the sound of warplanes going overhead, fighter jets. We're told by the Israelis that tens of fighter jets. You heard another explosion there in the distance, slightly off to my left. Over here, we can see another one of the interceptions happening just above us. It's like a streak of yellow going on the sky above me. But we've been told by the Israeli Defense Forces that they've got fighter jets up in the air trying to intercept these drones as they come in, tens of fighter jets. We also understand as well that American planes and British planes have been involved in bringing these drones down as they approach Israeli airspace. A number of those have been hit around the border with Iraq, but clearly a very fluid situation here, very alarming, very eerie hearing those sirens. People across the country have been warned to stay inside, stay close to their bomb shelters, but it seems we're just seeing more flashes across the sky as we speak now. But it seems you can hear the punctuation there. But the hope is, of course, from the Israelis that they can bring all of these drones down. And I think the big question really that many people have is whether or not these drones, another explosion there, whether these drones get through, whether they cause any damage, whether there is any loss of life, and what the reaction will be from the Israeli government and obviously the Israeli Defense Forces. The danger, of course, is that these drones do get through, they do cause damage, and then a very volatile, febrile situation escalates much further. The risk, of course, is that this heads towards a much wider regional confrontation, a regional war. But that's the situation here in Jerusalem. Unclear at the moment what is going on in other Israeli towns and cities.